11-year-old explains the $200 billion AI bubble better than CNBC. Hey, I'm Stuart Lee, and I'm 11 years old. Now, before you click away thinking, what does a kid know about finance? Just give me 30 seconds. Last month, instead of playing Roblox and Fortnite, I spent about 5 hours reading articles and reports trying to figure out where all this AI money is actually going. Why? Because my dad works in tech, and even he could not explain this stuff to me in a way that made sense. And here's what I found. AI companies are burning $5 billion every single month, but while thousands of startups are about to go bankrupt, three groups are quietly getting rich. I can't give you financial advice. I get $5 allowance, but I can explain this research in a way that actually makes sense. Quick disclaimer, this is purely educational content based on my research. I'm not telling anyone to buy or sell anything. I'm literally too young to invest. I'm just sharing what I learned. Always do your own research and talk to actual financial advisors. Okay, let's follow the money. So I did my research trying to figure this out. If AI companies are spending $5 billion every month, where is all that money going? Here's what the research shows. Cloud providers, companies like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud, they're basically selling the shovels in this gold rush. Every time someone trains an AI model, the cloud provider gets paid. Every ChatGPT query, cloud provider gets paid. Every AI image generated, cloud provider gets paid. According to Microsoft's earnings report, their Azure revenue grew 31% last quarter. Almost all of that growth AI. And here's the crazy part. Microsoft is spending $80 billion on data centers in 2025 alone. Let me say that again with all the zeros so you can see how insane this is. $80 billion on data centers in 1 year. That's like that's more money than most countries spend on everything. NVIDIA, based on the reports I read, NVIDIA controls 90% of the AI chip market. 90%. That's basically a monopoly. And right now, according to Bloomberg, there's an 18-month waiting list just to buy their hardware. My dad explained it to me like this. Imagine if only one company made all the gaming consoles, and you had to wait a year and a half just to buy one. That's Nvidia right now. If you're curious, and this isn't advice, just data. If someone bought Nvidia stock 3 years ago, they would be up 2,400%. That's not a typo. Energy companies. This one surprised me the most when I researched it. According to an MIT study I read, training one large AI model uses as much electricity as 130 US homes consume in an entire year. When I read that, I had to check if I read it wrong. Nope, 130 homes, one AI model. And here's another one. ChatGPT uses 10 times more energy per search than a regular Google search. So somebody's got power all these AI servers. and according to the energy company reports, they're making a lot of money from it. Okay, so that's who's winning. But here's the part that honestly kind of worried me when I was researching. Thousands of AI startups are about to get wiped out, and here's why. Most AI startups don't actually build the AI. They use they use someone else's AI, like OpenAI's GPT or Google's models, and they just build an app on top of it. My dad explained it like this. Imagine building you're kicking your entire house on land you're renting. The landlord can change the rent anytime or just kick you out. That's what these startups are doing. Let me give you a real example I found. Jasper AI. Jasper was an AI writing tool. In 2022, they were valued at $1.5 billion. They were crushing it. They charged people $50 to $100 a month to use their AI writing tool. Everything looked great. Then in November 2022, OpenAI launched ChatGPT, and suddenly everyone had direct access to the same AI that powered Jasper. According to TechCrunch, Jasper's revenue got cut in half within 6 months. They laid off 30% of their employees. And here's the thing, this isn't just happening to Jasper. Based on my research, this is happening to hundreds of companies right now. If your entire business is just a pretty interface interface for someone else's AI, the research suggests you're in a really tough spot. And one more thing I learned that was kind of frustrating. If you're thinking, okay, I'll just invest in OpenAI or Anthropic directly, you can't. They're private companies. Only venture capitalists and big institutions can invest. Regular regular people like my parents, they're locked out. The real wealth creation is happening where most people can't even touch it. But here's where the research got really interesting, and this is the part most people miss. Everyone's panicking about the bubble, but when I looked at history, I learned that bubbles don't mean the technology is fake. Let me show you the pattern. In the 1840s, there was a railroad bubble. Hundreds of railroad companies went bankrupt. But then John D. Rockefeller used those same railroads to build Standard Oil and became the richest person in history. In the 1920s, electricity bubble, crazy speculation, market crashed. But then GE and Westinghouse built the entire modern economy. In 2000, the dot-com bubble, pets.com failed, Webvan failed. Every, everyone said the internet was over, but then Amazon went from $6 a share to over $3,000. Google was founded, Facebook was founded. The real internet economy was just getting started when everyone thought it was over. So we're in 2025. The AI bubble is happening. Most companies will probably fail, but the Amazons and Googles of AI, based on this pattern, they are about to emerge from the wreckage. The question is, which ones? Okay, so what does all this research actually mean? Let me share what I learned purely from an educational perspective. If you are an investor, based on what I read, the companies burning cash aren't the winners. The research suggests looking at the infrastructure companies, the cloud providers, the chip makers, the energy companies. But remember, this is educational content, not investment advice. Always talk to actual financial advisors. If you're building a startup, here's what the research shows. Don't build something OpenAI can copy in 48 hours. The successful companies seem to be the ones building specialized tools or infrastructure that the big companies either can't or won't build. If you're learning AI skills, this part got me excited. According to job market data, companies need millions of AI engineers, and salaries are reaching $100,000 to $500,000. I'm definitely learning to vibe code now. This seems like the best time to build these skills. And if you're just watching, here's the main thing I learned. The bubble popping doesn't mean AI goes away. Based on history, it means the real applications are about to start. Okay, so that's what I learned from my research. Pretty wild, right? In part 3, I'm researching the 5 AI companies that aren't in the bubble, the ones that are actually profitable and making money. Plus, plus there's one AI trend almost nobody is talking about, and it could be huge. Drop a comment. Are you an investor, a builder, or learning like me? If you made it this far, hit subscribe because part 3 is coming soon. See you then.